guys, Kristin LaVanway here. So this is a little weird, but this year I've done more new build transactions than I have in my entire 12 years as a real estate agent. I mean, what's up with that, right? So it got me to thinking, is it really a better buy to buy a new build versus a resale? So I thought I'd lay out some pros and cons for you so you can decide for yourself. Let's talk a minute about the new build experience, which is what draws a lot of people to buying a new build. You get to move into a home that nobody's ever lived in before. You get to pick the floor plan and the lot. Well, kind of, because you're limited to the floor plans that that builder offers at that subdivision and the lots that they have available, because they have all these lots but only these 4 actually available. You also get to watch your home getting built, which for some people is awesome and for some people is super frustrating. You get to go through the whole customization experience, create your dream home. Well, kind of. Once you hit the candy store, the design center, you realize that there's the dream home fantasy and the dream home reality that's very much driven by your budget. What about quality though? Okay, are you getting a better quality product if you buy a new build versus a resale? Well, maybe. You're definitely going to be getting all the modern technology. Every time the builders go through a new iteration, they add in all the new bells and whistles, all the new gizmos, all the most energy efficient features that are going to make your home a really modern home versus the resale. Let's face it, they didn't have all that wireless technology when that really awesome, super funky ranch home was built back in the 70s. So there's definitely a step up there. But sometimes they built the homes a lot better back in the 70s than they do now. Bottom line is there's some builders that do a better job than others at doing a quality build. You might want to check with your agent and get some insight there. What about location, location, location? Well, builders are going to build homes where there aren't any homes. So that usually means they're going to be doing the building out in the outskirts of town, right? Not in the middle of town, but out where the growth is sort of spreading out, which can raise some challenges. Now, some people don't like that commute. Some people don't like the fact that you have to drive farther for shopping and schools and whatnot. Taking that commute issue though out of the equation, there's a bigger issue at play here. Because when you move into a new area, you don't really know how that area is going to mature. I drive through a lot of subdivisions and it really is amazing how some areas mature a lot better than others. You just don't know. You can sort of get clues and you can see sort of how things are coming along, but at the end of the day, you just don't know in 5 or 10 years what that neighborhood's going to look like, and that can have a big impact on your value. All right, pricing. I'm just going to be honest with you here. 9 times out of 10, if you buy a new build, it's going to cost you more. It just is, okay? Trulia did a research study a couple years back and found that new build homes, on the average, tend to cost about 20% more than a comparable resale home. Now, it's really hard because you're trying to, match apples to apples, but I think that, that seems fair. You're just going to pay more. Construction costs go up, material costs go up, labor costs go up, and the builder needs to make a profit. All that stuff's going to come out of your pocket. So you're going to pay more for the new build. You're also going to pay more for the landscaping, which doesn't usually come with a home. Yeah, they'll throw some trees in the front yard, but the backyard's up to you. Window coverings, the stuff you couldn't afford at the design center, you're going to be paying for that when you move in. You're going to have a new roof, a new air conditioner, a new water heater, so you're not going to have to pay for all those things in the near future. All your appliances is new. Everything is new, so maintenance costs are going to be less, but out the door, you're going to be taking more money out of your pocket to get that new build. All right, last but not least, I want to talk a minute about representation. Now, obviously, full disclosure, I'm a real estate agent and I know the value that a good real estate agent can add to any transaction. In some cases, I was able to negotiate a lower price. In some cases, I was able to help navigate the difficult waters, because here's the thing, that very lovely, charming, personable, caring sales associate that's there in the model home center works for the builder. The builder writes that person's paycheck. That's who that sales associate is looking out for. They're not looking out for you. And it may not be obvious until things start going, not your way. It doesn't cost you anything, right? It comes out of the builder's proceeds. It's a lot more than just getting the agent registered when you first walk in there. You need to include the agent in every step of the way. Now, I've worked with, as I said, several buyers who are super excited and go off and do all these things on their own because they're an enabled because that's the way that the builder sets up the sales process. But every step that I'm not included in is a step that I can't help with. So if you're buying a new build, I really encourage you to bring an agent with you on that very first visit so there's no question that you have representation, and then bring your agent to every meeting, to the walkthroughs, to the signings, to every part of the process. If there's issues, call them. When you're working on getting your loan, call them. Get their advice. Have their lender look at your loan package and see, make sure you're getting a good deal. Let that agent do the job for you, and it will definitely help the new build experience be more positive. So whether you're buying a new build or a resale or whatever, I hope it's a good experience for you. If you have any questions or comments, well, you know where to find me, Kristin here at Phoenix.com. That's where. Go out there, make it a beautiful day.